Hey, what's going on, man? It's Marc G. I'm here live in Youngstown, Ohio at the Red Zone with my man Maurice Clarett. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you. Good to see you. It's an outreach program, and y'all doing a back-to-school giveaway today, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So just tell me a little bit what led up to the Red Zone itself, this collaboration with City Kids Care, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's really a group of individual conversations. It first started out with me wanting to obviously do something and give back to the community. For the last 3 years, of course, I've been on the road talking everywhere, talking to many college programs, businesses, and miscellaneous groups, churches, trying to encourage kids, but also telling my personal journey of how I got from where I was at prior to incarceration to where I'm at post-incarceration. And obviously I had seen Brandon. Brandon was doing a lot for the city of Youngstown for the past 5 years. He had been doing so much, and I would always text him or talk to him, or he would come down to Columbus and we would collaborate and come over to the house and exchange ideas. And we were just talking about what it was that we wanted to do together potentially. And then I had seen a gentleman introduce an idea of something called a behavioral health agency.
Okay.
And essentially inside the behavioral health agency, there was a lot that I had learned in prison from psychosocial rehabilitative services that basically when guys come in and they're kind of broken and messed up and they have some of the issues, they go through about 13 or 14 months worth of coursework.
Okay.
And essentially a lot of that stuff had kind of helped me, or it was like a catalyst and springing me forward to where I'm at now. And I basically went through the process of figuring out how do you put it together. One day I came to town, and Simon Arias is my partner. So I came to town and I seen Simon doing a fundraiser for another youth organization. And he asked me what I was into, and he said, hey, can you come meet me in Pittsburgh? So I went to go meet Simon in Pittsburgh, had a conversation with him, talking about what I was doing, and he essentially said, hey, can I collaborate with you inside the process? So we went through about an 8 or 9 month process into putting this entire thing together. Initially, this backpack outreach wasn't even supposed to happen. Brandon had been doing a shoe drive. I think he's trying to raise about 200 or 300 pairs of shoes. And through the process of that, me and Simon behind the scenes were like, hey, whatever he comes up short, we'll just split the bill and provide the rest for the kids. And so essentially I was like, you know what, we can do more than that. We can sort of give away backpacks and help the community out in more ways than just shoes. So we have shoes, we have backpacks, we had all of those things sort of coming together at one time and essentially partnered up. You know, I was asking Brandon, you know, what it was that we can do to not sort of being his way, but service the community. And essentially we just kind of collaborated and made this event.
So this is somewhat of an introduction into what the Red Zone will be, and talk about a little bit what it will provide for, you know, residents in the area and what they can expect.
You have everything. Essentially you have test readiness, mentoring, counseling on all levels, group and individual, family interaction. You have alcohol and drug services. You know, many kids be able to opiate addicts. The opiates and the heroin epidemic and the pill epidemic has basically wiped out a whole lot of people.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially around here.
Especially around here. So we're here to sort of to tackle, I don't want to say tackle that issue, but we're here to bring introductory information to them to help these kids better understand what it is or what are the consequences from, you know, continuously living like this. But also there'll be a bunch to do. Just it'll be ran sort of like a youth program. You know, an after-school youth program. You'll have tutoring. You'll have we're going to launch a literacy program. You have some of everything in regards to enhancing kids. So all of the things that basically you may not get in school from a psycho and social rehabilitative services standpoint, we'll offer here. You know, we have fun activities. Like I said, we have your miscellaneous games. We'll have the gaming systems. We'll have we got a weight room upstairs. We'll have different sporting programs that we're unleashing. We have all this stuff together, but it's just about getting the bodies in the doors and finding out a kid's needs, and wherever their needs are met, you know, we'll pair them with the appropriate program and basically develop them from there.
Now, on your so-called, or so to speak, road to redemption, you know, you had the documentary that came out, 30 for 30 Youngstown Boys, and I know you're super busy. You know, anytime we get a chance to try to connect, you know, you're always out, you're speaking. What gives you the motivation to come back home and come back here and, you know, just pretty much be a presence in the community and give back?
I think the biggest thing is that, you know, I think when you start to grow throughout your life, you kind of look back and say, hey, you know, things would have been different or it turned out differently earlier had I had this information. And then you get to a point where like your needs are met and your wants are met. You know, my daughter, she's cool. She's accelerating through school. Me, I got business. I'm cool. And there's a lot of people who reach back out to me to want to reach out basically in the Columbus area, because I live down there or just in miscellaneous places. But obviously I credit a lot of my success in what I was able to do, or the mentality was birthed kind of here.
Okay.
And I think Youngstown has some of the toughest and hungriest and most resilient people. But there's a lot of tools from a social standpoint, from an educational standpoint, that you just miss based upon the environment or the circumstances that you're in. So
you want to try to catch them early. You know, if there's any problems that are brewing early on, try to nip them in the bud then. So
yes, you have influence because, you know, the parents, like, you know, I was out here yesterday, I go to Walmart, I go to just to various places in the community, and you starting to see that these parents are like, hey, my kid's coming to the event tomorrow. And so they see kind of how your life turned out and all of what you've been through. So it's easier for them to engage with you and say, hey, can you allow my kid to come and work with you or work with your people? And hopefully they'll have a better trajectory dealing with you or being accessible to just the platform or the programming that you may have. And that's the whole goal. You know, Simon, 33 years old, Simon had made himself into a multimillionaire. And you know, that's a feat. He comes from the east side of Youngstown.
Right.
Grew up the same way everybody else did. You know, I'm doing okay for myself. I have multiple businesses through the city of Columbus and just also up here in Youngstown. And you know, to be able to bring those realities and to be able to bring those experiences. You know, a lot of times these kids, you know, they see somebody who's doing well for themselves and it seems to be an athlete or an entertainer of some sorts, and they don't really understand the mechanics of business. They don't understand the mechanics of entrepreneurship. They don't understand the mechanics of hard work or tenacity or persistence or all those things that you need. And so a lot of times people come back to their hometown when things are on a downturn, you know, when they're finished and they need a place to go and they want to ramp up. But when you have people who are living and thriving and breathing and have some sort of social influence to be able to capture all that and to be able to partner up and be humble enough to partner with other groups of people who do the same thing, it's a blessing.
Now, what will be the process for someone who says, you know, I want to maybe get into some of the programs at Red Zone? How can they, you know, find you guys and make sure they can get in?
I mean, the first thing they could do, I mean, all you got to do is be at least 4 years of age.
Okay.
Have your mother's consent. And basically, we can get ready to go.
Okay.
You know, and essentially, if they want to find information, it's the redzone330.com. That's how you can find out the information online. But essentially, that's it. You know, you be 4 years of age, have your mother's consent to be involved. You don't need a ride. We'll come and get you where you at. We'll pick you up. We'll bring you back here. We program you. We'll get you back home. And that's it. You know, and the whole thing's, man, it's to come and have fun in a positive environment, you know, to come and to be developed, not to just have fun and play video games and air hockey and foosball and pool and stuff like that, but to become mentally developed. You know, I was talking to Ronell last night that you have a literacy problem with the inner city community, and we don't sometimes take literacy serious. And it's been told to me or expressed to me by Jim Trussell that if your kid doesn't read on the third grade level by the third grade, that they have a 80% chance of growing up in poverty. And so I understand how that cycle works. You become miseducated, you know, from going to school and just being taught the wrong information on how it applies to society, or not educated, you're not able to read. Yeah. You grow older. The time comes where it comes time to take care of yourself. You don't make the most responsible decisions. When you're in the inner city community, you don't have employable skills. You don't have the education or the skill set to do anything. So you basically jump out here and you're involved in crime of some sort. And then from there, you get arrested. You might catch a record. You develop bad habits. But once you do all of these things, you turn out and become going through the same cycle.
It's a snowball effect.
Yes. Yeah. And I have many friends. I have many people I've grown up with. I have a lot of people who are in that situation. You know, and I've experienced that situation to some degree. And so if you can attempt to attack that early on and to make reading fun, you know, and it's all good.
I got one more question for you, but before I ask you that question, I want to say I'm proud of you, brother. From us coming from, you know, where we come from, the same neighborhood, one street over from each other, little kids playing, man, I want to say that I'm proud of your journey. I'm proud of, you know, you had the ups and the downs, and I see you back up here now, man, and doing it in a positive way and giving back. So I really want to say thank you. Because like you said, we need to have those people that are actual images that we can see. The kids need to be able to see that it's not just an athlete or an entertainer, or, you know, there are people that are doing great things in the city. So I appreciate you. But last question is, what do you take from Youngstown everywhere that you go? Is there a lesson? Is there anything that you take with you that you have that helps you when you're out in the world?
Just the mentality, man. You know, just the mentality. You look at when you step away. And when you look at, and I take it from my daughter, like I look at the environment that I'm trying to provide for her to be raised in. and you look back on your life and you look at the environment that you were in, and you didn't even know this was crazy. You
Right.
didn't even know that all of the stuff that you were going through was abnormal. You know? And when you make it out of that, despite all of what you've gone through, what you've seen, or what you experienced, you realize that you've developed a mentality. And so everywhere you go, you just take that mentality, that fighter. You know,
Fighter.
to never give up, to grind, and make something happen. I don't care who you are. You know, if you come up in Youngstown in the era that we came up in, you have some sort of toughness to you.
Yeah.
You know, so you have some sort of fight to you, some sort of tenacity, and that thing lives inside of me. And that's what keeps me going. You know, that's what keeps me doing this. And I got care and concern and love for people. I don't even know these kids, but you know, I love them just like they was my own.
Right.
You know? And but you know, players I love and care about. You know, I always say Malcolm X is a real big influence for me.
Okay.
Dr. Umar Johnson, Dr. Claude Anderson, you know, powerful brothers, Dr. Amos Wilson, and these guys talk about, you know, loving your community, doing for your community, and being a resource to the people in your community. And I'm just happy that we can like make that into a reality.
Okay. Well, that's all I got for you, man. Tell the people how they can get in contact with you, whether it be on social media or through the Red Zone, you know, address, phone number, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's Reese Clarett, ReeseClarett, 13. That's on Twitter. The rest of them, all the other webs, are all of Facebook, Instagram. That stuff is just Maurice Clarett. And, you know, but the main thing, if you want to find out more information about this, it's theredzone330.com.
Okay.
And hopefully, man, we can, you know, hopefully do a follow-up, you know, and just kind of see,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You know, where this thing goes from here. But like anything, it's the first day, and we'll make mistakes moving forward. But at the end of the day, we're dedicated to making this happen.
All right. Well, that's what I got for you, man. This is Marc G, Maurice Clarett, here at the Red Zone, and we are out.
Cool.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.